So Howie, why do you do what you do?
Uh, that's a big question. Why do I do what I do? I enjoy making people laugh. I enjoy making people, I want people to have a good time when they're around me because then in turn I feel good. Um, so I guess that's the kind of outside. I just like making people laugh and being part of that joy. That's the basest answer you could ever ask a comedian, I think. For me personally, anyways. The truth of the matter is that very early on in my life, I got addicted to the dopamine that's released when I perform for other people, and I get a positive response from that. Um, I was always showboating as a kid. I was riding my bike doing tricks, or I would do breakdancing, and that would get a. There was some sort of performance in me that I was doing to get attention. I was the youngest child as well, so it's always the youngest child that craves attention more so than any other children in a family. So I learned at a very early age that if I performed well and did things well, I would get positive feedback. Not through any sort of scholastic or academic achievement or doing something, like becoming a lawyer or a doctor that we see as successful. Or at the time, I was like, oh, no, I'll just act silly. And if I can act silly, which is the laziest thing to do, and get a positive response, that's the ticket. So I found it very easy to do that, to perform, to come out of my shell, to be somebody else, because at the heart of the matter, I wasn't comfortable with who I was because I didn't know who I was. So if I could become this other person that got a lot of attention and positivity from others around me, then throw myself, I'm gonna hop on that bus and see where it takes me. So that's what I did. In high school, I started acting. I started doing plays. Um, I was very good at accents early on in my life. I could do impressions. I found that, again, a desire to sound or be somebody else. I was very good at that. Um, so I guess in turn, that's why I do what I do is I love making people laugh, but I also love the self-gratification it gives me to hear their laughter because I know they're not laughing at me, they're laughing with me or they're laughing at my performance. I'm working and I'm getting the positive response that I want from that. And that's very addicting. That's for me anyways. It's like, yeah, I love that feeling. That's such a great feeling. I want more of that. So I got to work. I wish I could do like a whole week of shows and this would be great to get that response. And it just makes you want to work harder at it. So that in a huge nutshell is why I do what I do.